Hi there. I'm going to read a story to you today. It's called I Have the Right to Be a Child, and it was written by Alan Saris and Aurelia Fronti. As I read, I'm going to be asking questions, and I have them on sticky notes, and I'll be sticking them on the pages. And the reason I ask questions while I read is so that I can feel really connected to either the story or the text that I'm reading, and it helps me understand it better because I'm always thinking about what I'm reading. The first question that comes to mind is, what happens? The first question that comes to mind is, what are some things that are my rights? And are children's rights different than my rights? I'm curious about that. On the very first opening page, I see a bird and a cat, which is interesting. I'm not sure why they're there. Maybe it's because those are things that kids like. I am a child with eyes, hands, a voice, a heart, and rights. I have the right to a first name, a last name, a family that smiles at me, and a country that I can call my home. I have the right to have enough food to eat and water to drink so that I can grow. My favorite thing is an orange. You can eat it or drink its juice. I have the right to live under a roof, to be warm, but not too hot, not to be poor, and to have just enough of what I need, not more. This makes me wonder, what happens when these needs are not being met? What happens when children don't have enough food to eat and don't get enough water or don't have a place to live? What happens to those children, and how can we help to maintain those rights for those children? I have the right to be cured with the best medicines that were ever invented, and to run and jump and climb and shout. It's so wonderful to feel good. I have the right to go to school without having to pay, so that I can learn how birds or planes or poppy seeds fly. I have the same rights whether I am a girl or a boy. Boys and girls love to sing the same songs. I have exactly the same right to be respected, whether I am black or white, small or big, rich or poor, born here or somewhere else. I have the right to be helped by my parents, my friends, and my country if my body doesn't work as well as other children's. I have the right to be free from any kind of violence, and no one has the right to take advantage of me because I am a child. No one. I have a right to go to school and to refuse to go to work. I'll choose a job when I've learned everything I want to know. I have the right to be protected by adults and to be sheltered from disasters under a great big umbrella, whether there's too much rain or because of other sad things. I have the right never to experience the storm of war or the thunder of weapons. I am afraid of guided missiles and smart bombs. Here I had a question. My question is, how can we protect children from war? I have read about how children were protected during World War II by being sent to live with other families in the countryside, and I'm not sure if that's still being done for children in areas of war, or if there are other ways that people have found to protect children. But I wonder about that, and I wonder if things are being done to help protect children from war. I have the right to breathe clean air that's as pure as the blue sky for a newborn polar bear cub. I have the right to play, to create, to imagine, to make faces and to leap around. And I also have friends. And also to have friends, because dancing alone isn't very much fun. I have the right to learn about friendship, peace, and respect for our planet, and for each human being who lives on it, for each animal that inhabits it, for each plant that nourishes it. I have the right to express myself completely freely, to say what I truly think about everything, even if it doesn't always please my dad, to say exactly how I feel, and even if it doesn't always please my mom. I have the right to all these rights just because I'm a child, especially if I live in one of the 193 states in the world that have agreed to the Convention on the Rights of the Child. When will all children everywhere really have their rights respected? Tomorrow? The day after tomorrow? In 20 years? We need our rights to be respected now, today, because it is right now, today, that we are children. I'm left with one final question, and it was back here. I would like to know what the Convention on the Rights of the Child actually says. What does the Convention on the Rights of the Child say? I know that we are a part of it, as in the back of this book, I can find Canada right here on the list of all the countries who are a part of that convention, who've agreed to those rights of a child. But I'm not sure what it says, so I would probably look that up as a next step for myself. And that's the book. I would encourage you to think about this and to think about this book and to think about some questions you might have about children's rights. Thank you for listening.